Hey everybody, welcome back. David Eon and the lovely Miss Lady Pop Hunter here with another discussion. Is this a discussion?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't know how to classify this, but this is a question a lot of people ask.
Yeah.
And so we try to touch on it, and that is collecting goals. What are your goals?
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing. And it's kind of hard to pin that down because we have an iron in so many different fires. It's kind of hard to sit there and say, okay, this is my goal, because you have to kind of be an opportunist when you're dealing with vintage toys, when you're dealing with comic books and other stuff like what we collect, because certain things pop up. There may be something I'm missing here that's not necessarily a goal, but if it comes up for a good price, I probably better do it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the angle. And so to make it a top 10 list per se of like collecting goals can be tough.
Yeah, but people do it. But it is nice to, say, okay, I want to concentrate on these and kind of focus. But again, like you said, when things just come up, or you're at a show and you see something and you're like, oh man, I can't pass that price up, or this person is giving me a good deal, then, you venture off. But you still want to make sure you get these 10 or 15 things that's on your list. So, we tried to put together something, give people an idea. Because like you said, they always ask, what are you going after? What is your top 10 for 2023 or, whatever. Yeah. So that's what we try to come up with. And it does help.
Yeah, kind of. It depends, because a couple of these things that I've got on my goals list are sets I've been trying to complete for a long time. So, maybe it'll turn up, maybe it won't. It's not like it's out there. And I make this example, like the USS Defiant, G.I. Joe or Raw, the Defiant, or the not the Defiant, the Flag.
Yeah.
USS Flag. You could find a flag. You can find a complete one.
Yeah.
If you can afford it.
Yeah.
But there could be other things that I'm trying to complete a set. They're not that expensive, but they don't come up.
Yeah.
They just do not come up for sale. So, or especially in the kind of condition you're looking for, because most of what we have, it's mint in the box, or it's sealed even. And so trying to find certain things, mint on the card, mint in the box, or at least unplayed with in the box, is acceptable sometimes, because certain old toy properties that weren't actually sealed, like the Kenner Scout stuff, it's not sealed. You can open those boxes. But certain pieces just don't come up.
Yeah.
It makes it hard. It really does. So, I hear the pitter-patter of little kitten feet running around upstairs.
Look, they sound like horses.
Yeah, I know. Galloping through the house. So first off on my list, I have the Humanoids. I would like to finish the Humanoids. I need 2 pieces. 2 more items will finish the Humanoids for me. And that is the Liquidator, which I'm trying to find mint on the card, preferably unpunched, because I have the other, it's one of 4 human figures, and the other 3 are on unpunched cards. The cards are really nice. If I can find a Liquidator mint on the card unpunched, that'd be great. I only seen like 1 or 2 for sale this year, and they were in rough shape. The cards were in really rough shape. Also, I need Tendril, which is one of the deluxe
the
figures.
big ones?
The big ones. Because they had 3. And, no, I'm sorry, not Tendril. Decompose. I got it mixed up. Decompose is the one I'm missing. The one with the bones is the one that I'm missing. And they just don't come up. They don't come up in any kind of halfway decent condition. So, but if this year I can find those 2 and wrap it up, that'd be great. And just have it in, I know a lot of people say, oh, for me, it's all about the hunt. No, I like having it done.
Yeah.
That this is my complete Kenner Chuck Norris line back here, sitting right behind LPH. I'm happy that's done. Believe me, I am happy. I don't need to look for anything else for it. It's all over.
Yeah.
Next on that list, still in the realm of toys, and since I already brought it up, Kenner Scouts.
You still need some?
Once again, I need 2 pieces for the Kenner Scouts to finish it, and that is the Jeep set. I like to find unplayed with in the box, the Jeep, and there's also a snowmobile set that comes with the figure.
Oh, okay.
And so one of those unplayed with, sealed in the box. But again, these 2 don't come up, or if they do come up, they're run into the ground. They're torn apart and played with and in rough condition. And Plastimarks.
What's that?
The Plastimarks right up there. The ones with the really great artwork on the top row.
Up there.
Yeah.
I thought you had all those.
No, there's 2 missing.
Oh.
That's 3 in a row, missing 2. And it's like a bad guy cowboy. It goes with like either the Lone Ranger or Zorro. And then there's a Cuban soldier from that series. They don't ever come up. You don't see them. You rarely even see these. You rarely even see the regular Plastimarks. Every once in a while, 1 or 2 pop up, and they don't sell for a lot. This is what I'm talking about. It's not like this is something that's thousands and thousands of dollars, And Atravitos Dynamicos Plastimarks figure is probably going to be in the $50 to $75 range, But you don't find them.
Yeah.
You can't find the damn things. Back into Marx, if you will, because Plastimarks is like South American Marx. But the regular Marx series, one for me, is the Marx Archies. I have the figures, and I have the play case, the carrying case.
Yeah.
And I have a couple of carded outfits. Now there's a lot of outfits. It's like a dozen outfits. I don't really need those. If I found them cheap, I'd probably get it. But I'm not hunting for those. But I would like to find the jalopy. No. It comes with. There's a box jalopy. If I could find it unplayed with in the box, because everything else is factory sealed. And that would finish it.
Okay.
So if I could just find the jalopy, that would be fantastic. Now and then again, that's one that's not that much. It'd probably be around $100.
Oh, I would think that one would be quite a bit.
Yeah, it might run to $150, but that's not huge. That's not huge. Not always doable. I mean, if you don't have the money, you don't have the money.
No.
But it's not huge. It's not like, oh, I need this figure, and how much it usually goes for $5,000. Or like the Defiant, finding a loose, complete Defiant, you pay a couple $1,000 for, but you can find it.
Yeah.
This is $100. I can't find it. Been looking for the last couple of years for one.
Somebody got 3 of them in their basement.
They probably do. Collected mold and spiders.
Full of spider eggs.
Yeah. The product people.
Oh, you still on that. Them things, you can't see it from here.
Yeah, you can't see it from here. One figure, still. I just need one. And that's the Franken Berry in the box. Franken Berry in the window box, not the mailer box.
Okay.
Because I don't want the mailer box. It's just a cardboard box. It doesn't have nothing on it. So it's like, whatever. But Franken Berry in the original box. And again, I mean, that's a set I've been working on for 16 years now, I think. They just don't come up very often. And that's one that can get very expensive. Franken Berry is going to go nuts if it pops up on eBay again. I think the last one probably went for like $700 or $800. Yeah. So that's also part of the problem. If it does come up, can I afford to go after it?
Probably not.
That's always in question. It's always a problem. I would like to. I had just started off with the Skeleton Warriors because I got 3 from Justice Curry. And so I have the 3 Skeleton Warriors. I used to have the whole line on nice cards. It'd be nice if I could get that back again. And 90s properties, if you're interested in any action figures 90s related, and there's a lot out there. There's Stargate. There's a lot of properties that people have just kind of forgotten about. They're going to start escalating again. People are going to start looking for them again. as that group of 90s kids ages into the hobby. So skeleton warriors are cheap now, or like the G.I. Joe Sergeant Savage line is another one. I mean, those figures are like $10 still a piece. You can get them cheap, but in a few years, they're already starting to build up. Yeah. They're starting to pick up steam a little bit. So I'd like to be able to knock out the skeleton warriors while they're still cheap, and I'd like to knock out Earthworm Jim, also from Playmates. I used to have the whole line of Earthworm Jim figures, don't have them anymore. Most of those are still relatively inexpensive. You know, you can find them for like $15, $20 a figure. And, you know, and I could go on and on. It's, like I said, there's a piece of this and a piece of that, and you try your best, because I've got an iron in the fire all over the place with different toy lines, and I just like to be able to finish lines off. But those are some that I'd like to focus on specifically.
Okay.
Comic books. I would like to get a complete run of the 60s Nick Fury Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. with the Steranko covers.
Okay.
Those are really nice covers, in decent condition, not like total rags, but in decent condition. There's only 18 issues.
Oh, that's it. That's not bad.
That's it.
That's doable.
And there's a couple of them that can get expensive, though, because the Steranko's, he's got a few like really iconic covers that he did for that line with a really strong like 60s vibe to it that a lot of people are attracted to. So it can get rough, but it'd be nice if I could pull that off. And another one I'd like to focus on, if I can, would be the Marvel Godzilla run from the 70s.
Oh, they had a comic book for that?
Yeah, they had a comic book for that. And it was, I think, 24 issues. It only ran for 2 years.
Okay, that's not bad.
So 24 issues. And that one, it gets a lot of attention, but they're tough to find in good shape.
Yeah, of course.
Again, and you have to expect that, but it'd be nice to find them in the best condition possible. And of course, you know, I'm always looking for keys all over the place and other things, but those are two lines I'd like to try to work on.
Yeah.
An autograph I would
who?
like to get. Of,
you want my autograph?
Oh, sure, I'll take your autograph.
Okay.
Garrett Wang.
Who's that?
Garrett Wang is the actor who played Harry Kim on Star Trek Voyager. And I have a lithograph of Star Trek Voyager with a complete set of cast signatures. I've got everybody
but him,
except for Garrett Wang.
Yeah.
I was never able to track him down. So if I could find him, because I got it framed and matted, it's up in the office.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
He's the only signature that's not on there. Everybody else I got. So if I could track Garrett Wang down and get him to sign that would be fantastic. Just to finish it off, because I don't have I used to do a lot with autographs. I don't so much anymore. But I just, it bothers me that that's not complete. It's like, damn it, just one signature. Come on. I'm over 10, aren't I?
It don't matter.
It doesn't matter. Okay. Well, back to G.I. Joe.
Okay.
A raw era. The Defiant. Because last year, was it this year? This year I finally was able to get a complete loose Terrordrome. I don't have the box, but that's okay. It's a complete loose Terrordrome. Everything's there, including the pilot and the backpack and all of it. And I was just, and you know, when you're looking for something like that, you got to find it complete and as intact as possible, because piecing things out can get stupid expensive. Yeah. It costs, you know, if I was missing even a couple of pieces from the Terrordrome, or if a couple of pieces were broken, it cost me twice as much to get it fixed.
And now people 3D print and put it on there.
You got to watch out for that
tell
too.
You
yeah.
That's what they did. It's all right if they tell you. At least you can know and make the decision on your own.
Yeah.
But to trick you And no, yeah, everything's original, everything's complete.
Oh, but yeah, and that's a deal breaker for me because I don't want fake parts. But some people are fine with that. I'm more of a purist, so I'd like to find a Defiant, but that means I would have to find a complete one, because if I had to go and it comes with 2 figures. If I had to go find a figure, if I had to go find a piece, a wheel, something is missing. The dealers know they got you, and they will run you into the ground.
Yeah.
But if I could find a complete Defiant for a decent price, because the Terrordrome I got a knockdown price for. The guy was happy to see it go to somebody who was going to appreciate it, basically, and I got a great price. I don't try to talk about pricing too much, but yeah, I got a fantastic price, or else I couldn't have afforded to do it. I'd like to get back more into the 60s and 70s G.I. Joe lines.
Oh.
In particular, the Negro Action Soldier. I always regretted losing that one. And my astronaut sets. I used to have a huge line of 60s and 70s Joe stuff. Negro Action Soldier, the first black official action figure, I guess you could say, 1965. Hasbro wanted to experiment with, hey, what if we made one of the soldiers black? And it worked really well. And that led, of course, to the Black Adventurer in the Adventure Team. But, of course, I had one and I don't anymore. And that's one that would be insanely expensive now to produce an original 65.
Yeah.
Even loose, without the box or anything, in good condition, it can get pretty expensive. And I was thinking about vinyl, too, a little bit, too.
Okay.
Because, we collect the vinyl records. I'd like to get a soundtrack of The Crow. You never saw it.
No, I never
saw The Crow with Brandon Lee. It's probably some of the best of 90s music. Early 90s, before music turned to shit. Some of the best of the early 90s music is on that soundtrack. And back when they had sound, that's a whole topic of discussion right there, when soundtracks were specifically made for a film and they were good.
Yeah.
And also, I'd like to get the Led Zeppelin Physical Graffiti. Probably their definitive album. 2-album set. But probably their definitive album. Another one, now that I think about it.
What?
Vinyl related. The Saturday Night Fever soundtrack.
Yeah, we saw it, but one of the records was missing.
I had that. Someone gave that to me as a gift when I was a kid, and I wore it out. But there's some good music on that. There's some really good music, and it's, and again, that's a childhood record that I had, so it'd be nice to have it again. I also had this heavy metal soundtrack too, which was a 2-record set that had some pretty good music.
Don't Mondo have that heavy metal?
I don't know.
But I know they do a lot of records. I look, but it's usually soundtracks to modern shows, and it's scores.
Yeah, it's all musical scores.
Yeah.
But the music for the film, I know you didn't care for the film. Heavy metal. Cartoon from the 80s.
Yeah, I saw it.
But the soundtrack is great. There's some good music on the soundtrack. Some good solid rock and roll music on there. And and I could go on and on and on, because there's stuff I'd like to, more stuff I'd like to do with Star Wars, more stuff I'd like to do with Fisher-Price Adventure People, LJN like SWAT and Rookies and stuff like that. Of course, Mattel Shogun Warriors, I love that line, but a lot of this is getting harder and harder and harder to find. But I'll throw it over to you, because I know you probably get some items.
Yeah, I got mine broken up.
Okay.
So we'll start with records. And like with the records, for me, a lot of time I forget about them. So to write it down, I might actually remember. But we go to shows and I'll look at records. When we go to thrift stores antique malls. But then I never see the ones I'm looking for. But they're on eBay all day long.
Yeah.
One of them is James Brown. I love James Brown.
Okay.
And if you saw the video we did when I had got that huge lot of records from a family member that had passed away.
We did that earlier this year.
Yeah, I was really surprised that there weren't any James Brown. It was one.
There was like 500 albums.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
But it was one James Brown single.
Yeah.
And knowing the person, I would have thought, they would have had every James Brown record.
Yeah.
So I want to get some James Brown, but then I thought about it too. James Brown's one of those people you got to listen to live.
They might have a live album.
Yeah.
Because he was nuts live.
Yeah.
You got to hand it to him.
You got to hear him and almost watch him live to get the full effect, the full impact. You got to see him perform. Because
he's like Mick Jagger. He's all over the place.
Yeah.
Only better coordinated. Because Mick Jagger's kind of weird. He dances like Elaine Bennis. Yeah, James Brown throwing himself on the floor and everything. But he did it with style. He did it in a dance routine.
Yeah. And then the thing also that amazes me about James Brown, because I like It's a Man's World. I've probably seen 10 videos of it. He never sings the song the same way. If you hear it, the studio version, it does have lyrics. It has defined lyrics and all of that. But if you hear him sing it live, he might get you one verse in there. And the rest of it, he changes it around. But it's good, Yeah. But I would like to have some James Brown, especially the record that has A Man's World and Please Don't Go. I love those two songs. But anything with James Brown, I would love to have James Brown and Johnny Taylor. I like Johnny Taylor. He's not one that you gotta watch live or even listen to live. You can listen to his studio album and you're good to go. Milli Vanilli, the first album, I love Milli Vanilli. I know people be like, what? I don't care what you say. Yeah, they lip sync, but those were some good songs.
Okay.
I love Milli. I liked them when they were out, and I love them now.
There's a long history with that too.
It's not the
first time the producer who put them up to that, it's not the first time he did it.
Yeah.
It's just the first time it became a controversy because he did the same thing with Boney M.
Yeah. But see, with Boney M sang in live. He didn't sing on the record.
On the record, it wasn't his voice.
No, but live it was. Milli Vanilli didn't sing anything.
You know what's funny about it is and look this up for yourself, look it up on the computer, the guy who did the studio voiceover was like this old white guy. You never would have expected it.
No. But I like Milli Vanilli. I like their stuff. The songs were good. I thought the vocals was fine. Whoever sang it, they did good. Whoever wrote the songs, I thought they were great.
Okay.
And Cinderella, the night songs.
Really?
They got an album. Yeah, they got that song "Nobody's Fool." I love.
All right.
Song.
Yeah.
I can listen to that song all day long. I would like to have that on the record so I can listen to it.
Wow.
But yeah, Cinderella, Night Songs, that album, Night Songs. And the others, but that one, because it has Nobody's Fool on it. It's a good song. That's what I like.
Often people bought a record based on one or two songs.
Yeah, and then the thing is, I don't care. I mean, I know they got singles. I don't know if Nobody's Fool was a single. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I don't care to have the single.
Era.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't care to have the single. I want the whole thing.
Sure.
I want to listen to the whole record. Even if I find out I don't like nothing else but this song, I still want the whole record,
Sure.
Okay, now we in the comics.
Uh-oh.
Because I collect comic books.
Yep.
And I have gone to the comic book show with a list and bought nothing on that list because they didn't have it. The books that I had on the list, they didn't have. And I try to buy stuff from a comic show because if you go on eBay, 9 times out of 10 you will find it cheaper, but you have to rely on the person's word that the picture you're seeing is what you're going to get.
Or that you didn't miss something.
Or you didn't miss something. Or, like a lot of time they only want to show you the front and the back, and then you send them an email. Hey, can you open that up? Show me a couple of pages to centerfold. Can you, zoom in or something? They don't do it all the time.
Yeah.
So, and then you also got to pay tax and shipping on eBay.
Yeah, and then you got to pray that they know how to pack it. And there's a lot of variables, and of course, condition from one grade to the next can be astronomical sometimes. So you got to be careful.
And I know I'm not a real stickler on grade. I would like to have a nice one.
Yeah.
But anyway, I want GI Combat number 73 to 104. And I've already started that. I have 4 books. Those are the gray tones. And I have 4 of them so far. So I'm guessing if I can get 1 a month, that'll be 12. If I can get 1 a month, I'm winning.
Okay.
I'm going to collect the Batman run. I don't know where I'm going to stop yet. But I won't get every Batman book. I can't afford every Batman.
And she means like gold, silver, bronze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a couple of a sprinkle of copper in
age.
there. Not too much. But the Batman, again, if I can get 1 a month, I'm a winner.
Okay.
Because they can get expensive. You have some that are not so bad. You have others. Yeah, like the first Batman. I'm not getting the first Batman. I have to win a lottery to get that. Detective Comics, the same thing.
Sure.
I'm going to start that, and I'll stop probably in the 80s. At the latest, probably 89. Stop it right there. I want to complete my Phantom Stranger. It's 43 books in there, and I have over 20. So if I can, and Phantom Stranger is not that much. They actually don't go for a lot. So I just have to find the ones that I'm missing. I usually find them at shows, and they're usually at a pretty decent price. So I want to get that.
Yeah.
Strange Adventures 205. That's the first appearance of Deadman. I almost got that one time. This guy had it. He was going to sell it to me for like $50, but it was half of the cover was missing.
Yeah. I remember it was in really rough shape.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So I would like that. And then also I have Dead of Night. I need 1 book. Dead of Night number 4. And that whole run will be complete.
Really?
Yeah, because it's only 11 books.
Okay.
So I need 1 more. And so I want to focus on those. Of course, I'll get other things, but I would like to work on and start chipping away at that. As far as toys goes, Masters of the Universe, I'm still working on that. I want to concentrate more on the vehicles. I need a few more vehicles like the Attack Track.
And she means, of course, the vintage, the original 80s line.
Yeah, the vintage ones. I want to work on some of the vehicles, getting a couple of the vehicles. Captain Planet.
Oh, yeah.
I used to watch that show. I know it's a cheesy, stupid show. Even when I was watching it, I always thought how cheesy this show is. But it was actually, when you look back, you're like, man, I actually kind of liked it. I probably watched every episode. And they do have a toy line, so I would like to get the toy line. And right now, they're not that expensive.
Oh, you know what the other one you were asking me about?
What?
I just remembered. The Playmates Flash Gordon from the 90s.
Oh, yeah. And I got that down. Flash Gordon.
It's only, because I think there's only like 6 or 8 figures. It's really short.
Mm-hmm.
And the Captain Planet's not that big either, but the second wave can get expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the first wave isn't too bad yet. And that's why I say a lot of those 90s properties figures, they haven't really hit yet. Mm-hmm. As people haven't really thought about it too much or given it too much thought. And it will go up. They will go up.
Yeah, but I want to get the Flash Gordon. I would love to get the 70s version. NECA came out with
the
one.
Mattels?
Yeah, but I saw the prices on those. I won't get that.
They can get up there, especially the vehicles, yeah.
Yeah. NECA came out with some... and I kept passing on it because I just couldn't feel that price. And then it went on clearance at every Target but ours.
Yeah.
And I kept going to Target because people would put on the computer, oh yeah, these are on clearance.
Let me clarify, not the Defenders of the Earth versions.
Oh no, the carded figures.
But the homage to the or homage, depending upon how technically you want to get, to to the Mattel line.
Mm-hmm.
They only did 2 in that style, Ming and Flash, but it looks like a big version of the Mattel card.
Yeah, so I would like that, and I was hoping that they were going to come out with the rest of the figures, because like you said, they only showed the 2. Well, they only put out the 2, but I was hoping that they would come out with the rest of them. But I would still like that. I got my Care Bears figures. It's 14 in there, and I think I got either 11 or 12 of them. So I'm only missing like a couple.
And of course, that's the Kenner action figures.
Action figure,
Care Bear, the 3 3/4 inch action figures, not the stuffed plush.
Yeah, but it's the one that's in the box, the window box with the accessory, because it came in 3 versions.
Yeah, different packaging types.
Yeah, different packaging types, but the one that I collect has the accessory. So I'm working on those. Oh yeah, and another comic, I'm still working on my Unknown Soldier. So I'm gonna continue to build that up.
That's a big run.
Yeah, but I'm gonna stop at a point.
Okay.
Because it goes all the way into like the 90s. I don't think I need to go that far, because I'm sure they're probably gonna start it over again. You know, they always do. It goes for a while. Oh, let's start it back from the beginning. I don't need that. Just the first run is good enough for me. So I'll do that. But I think that's all I have.
Need some more patches?
I can always use more patches, because I still got 2 sleeves, and I got a little bit on the back.
These are majority vintage patches, though.
Yeah.
There's some of the repro.
Yeah,
new
like
ones.
this is a
That's
repro, and there's a few on the back.
And a lot of these are original patches, though. Like this one on the cuff here, the Pepsi Cola. That's an original jacket patch.
Yeah, Pepsi Cola. And it's some stuff that, like he says, on the back. And
she fills that up.
Yeah, I fill it up as I get it.
Yeah.
You know, but I still got room here and like these 2 spots. But the rest of them on the back, and I got to fill out the sleeves.
Oh, okay.
So.
But I guess, you know, and like I said, it's since we got so many different things going on, it'd be easy to just sit here and do the whole thing over and talk for another hour about stuff we're looking for, you know, $6 Million Man, Star Wars, you know, stuff like that. And you got other lines that you're doing.
Yeah, and the thing is, when you go to shows, you will see something like, oh yeah, I forgot about that, and I need that. And you look at your list. I look at my list, and I'm like, oh yeah, I don't have that. And then, you know, you might pick that up. But a lot of the times I honestly do forget about. Yeah. And then, you know, I'll get back home and I go, oh man, I didn't have that. So, you know, you write it down. Hopefully it helps jog your memory. And I like buying things at shows, because you help out somebody else. They're out there. Some people are dealers. Some are, hey, I got some extra stuff. I just want to sell. I need the money, this and that. Yeah. You know. On eBay, again, you got to deal with the shipping, how the person packs, the price, the shipping costs, the taxes. Yeah. But I know for me, I usually do end up getting stuff on eBay because you can find it.
It's convenient. And sometimes it's cheaper.
Sometimes it is cheaper. So, yeah, it depends.
But hey, you know, hey guys. What do you think? What do you think of that? I know it's a lot. It's a lot to digest. Also, what are your collecting goals? Yeah. What are you looking for? Is there anything specific that would just really make your year if you were able to track it down? Let us know in the comment section down below. Please do give the video a thumbs up if you got something out of it. Share it if you can. Check out some of the other content if you're new, all that good stuff. And if that's it, then what more can we say but thanks for watching, and we will see you again soon.